Hi, this is Jerry. Welcome to my channel. I call it JC and to this very special video. This is kind of a challenge for me to do because it's entirely different from what I normally do and what I talk about. But what you're looking at here is moss. Now I attended Humboldt State College up near in the town of Arcata, California, in Northern California, and while I was up there, I ran across some moss, and I collected it, and I started growing it. And so I grew this moss for like over 25 years when that picture was made. And I was buying distilled water for it all that time. And using distilled water for mosses, you have to have high quality water. And it was because my major at Humboldt was in botany, and I started my education, college education. I started off with biology, and then I went to UCSB and majored in environmental biology, which is basically ecology. And then I transferred from there to Humboldt State, and I majored in botany, which is really what I wanted to be. And so once I got out of there, I came home and I worked as a bookkeeper. Well, I learned accounting. I learned how to operate a computer and how to program one. So it was beneficial in the long run. But in the meantime, my interest in growing plants, especially lower plants like mosses and other kinds of plants that were considered to be related to ferns. I'll show you a picture of what I studied in a moment or two. And so I grew this life for over 25 years. I have since lost it because at some point since 2005 and now, I have raccoons come in my yard. And in the process of them looking for something to eat, they tore this little baby completely apart. I salvaged what pieces I could, but I have no idea if they're still with me or not. I stuck them in an area where in what I call a bench where I have other plants. I tend to grow a little drier. And so I think it's probably out there still alive, but I don't really know. Anyhow. But in 2005, I finally realized that I was burning a lot of money on distilled water from the store. So I decided to check out reverse osmosis systems. And in the process, I ran across this one site called Spectrapure. I think they're over in Arizona. Let me look here. They're over in Arizona, I believe. And let me see here. Yeah, right, Tempe. Okay. And so in 2005, I bought myself an affordable reverse osmosis system, and it really was a lifesaver as far as money was concerned. It took me at first. It was a little hard to get used to. I had to install it and all that. I also bought a barrel to collect water from this reverse osmosis unit into, so I can use that for watering my plants with a sprinkling can. And so it saved me a lot of money in the long run, and so I was really happy with that. And over the course of time, I just got away from supposed to replace the filter in the unit every so often. Mine became seemed like it's been a long time. Last time I replaced there's 3 units you had to replace filters in. And it was like 2009, And I say, well, I'm hoping you'll still keep the water quality all right. And I really don't know. A pH was all right, but city water is considered to be pH 7. So I don't know how effective that baby was over a course of past 16 years. 16 years, 2009 and it's 2021. So it's 12 years. So of course of 12 years, I have no idea how effective my water became, quality of water had became. Well, so this year, 2021, I decided to replace those filters. And I probably gone back in March, I think it was. But I was so busy working and dealing with all kinds of things. Working on, like chores, take care of the business, I have cats, I take care of cats, and growing up gardening, and just general, I own my own home and take care of all that and trying to do that. Plus, whatever else I found interesting to do since I'm retired. And so, I finally got around to replacing the filters this last month. So I decided I need to do a video on this because I noticed that lately we've been having a drought and water quality is down. I read about water quality in different towns being really bad and down. And I thought maybe what people need to realize is that it may not get any better, but it can do something about it because I think at Spectrapure they offer a wide variety of water treatment, water filter systems, based on reverse osmosis and carbon and what have you, where you can take bad water and turn it into drinkable, usable water. And so I thought maybe now is the time to say something about that in case any of you are facing a problem with your water, or you like to improve your water quality for your plants you may be growing, if you grow house plants or vegetable plants in pots and what have you. You may want to try that or think about that. And I noticed that I checked Amazon, and their units are to me they're expensive. But I think all I have is a link down in my comments to the Spectrapure site, so you can check out their prices and what they have to offer. Because after all these years, they were still in business. I was really surprised they were still in business, and they had the sorry about that, but my file I guess got full. So they still have the parts for my unit I bought in 2005. So I said, well, this is amazing. And I installed them. It was fairly easy to do, and so I think that something like a business like that has been around a long time. They have experience. They know how to deal with water systems, and I'm sure that if you have any questions, they can answer those questions for you. And so, anyhow, from Osmosis, what I went into, that really got me into was this thing here. It's called Celeste Noah, and here's one of the ones I was growing. Now because of my botany major, I never had done anything with it since graduating because I was busy working as an accountant. And so what I did do was, as a friend, I made a friend with a lady up in Washington State, and she supplied me with a whole bunch of different species of Celeste Noah. Now these were all, there's a subgenus, and one subgenus is called Tetragonostachys. And so these are the ones that I studied, and I prepared a online tests that can be used for college level, upper university college level students or graduate students if they're interested in this group of plants. Then I'll have a link to it down in my comments. I have it on, I think it's on Facebook. Anyhow, so this is what it was I grew. I made a couple of pictures to show you what they're kind of like. Let's see what they're like. That's why I have this. They're in an enclosed cage because I want to keep the birds and the animals out. I've had birds even getting here, and right now some of my cats have found a way of getting into my plants too. So anyhow, they're really small little plants, but they're interesting to me, and you can check out. This is like a prostrate type. This one here actually occurs up in the lower Sierras over in eastern California, southeastern California, southern end of those mountains there. And there's another one. Another one is like erect. You see that tall part there? It goes down the stem. And you also have, sometimes they have prostrate parts as well there. This one here I think came from like New Mexico or Texas or something. And there's several species. And what here is what I'm talking about. Here's the unit I got. It's called oral unit. I imagine they still sell it or something comparable. It's just a 2-system unit. And 2 filters. And there's a resin in here. Resin there. And 2 filters here. And it says reverse osmosis water purification system, single and dual membrane models, installation operating manual. That's a Spectrapure. And what it does, I have it right here. It shows at the top. It says it gives you a membrane or reverse osmosis membranes in the top. And on this side you have a 1 micron sediment pre-filter, and on the right side you have the carbon block filter, 1 micron. So it has basically my unit right there. And so I bought those 2 filters and that membrane to replace. It's not hard. It's like they're just cartridges. You just take them, detach them from the unit, and you wind out, and pull those old ones out and put new ones in, and slide them in, slide them out, and you're all set. Or slide them out and slide them in. And the same principle applies to the top. So it's very easy to install. And I just want to share this with you because the way things are going in the world, protecting your water may be something that everybody may want to consider doing in the course of time, because of the fact that water quality is very important, and I think with the extent of pollution that has occurred, I think it's a worthwhile investment. So anyhow, that's my video, and again, they're called Spectrapure. And I'll have a link to their website in my comments below. So until later, see you then.